I'm about to tell you the craziest and surprisingly common scam that happened to my friend in Kiev, Ukraine. So he went on a double date with his friend and these two girls from Tinder. They went to a restaurant that the girls suggested. It is not very well known and is very hard to find on Google Maps. They had a very nice dinner, steak, shisha, wine, and some desserts. Now, normally, a dinner like that in Ukraine would cost you about $60 to $80 for four people. They finished the dinner, and one of the girls excused herself to the bathroom. The waiter comes, slaps the bill on the table, and holy, the bill was a whooping 800 euros. My friend was in total shock. He tried talking to the waiter and the manager, explaining that the pricing he saw on the menu was nowhere near what he was billed. The manager didn't listen, and he comes back with the menu, and my friend could not believe his eyes. The pricing was absolutely ridiculous. They swapped the menu on him. And my friend
Hello guys, my name is Jana. I'm here with you as usually on Wednesdays. Come checks live, and you're welcome with your stories, your questions. We will try to give you new information to help you to avoid being scammed ever online, offline. So here is incredible story. I will do some comment right now for you in the middle of the story and wait for this. Wait to the end to learn how the story finished. Guys, you can see here a foreigner met two ladies in Tinder, and they listened to suggestions of ladies what restaurant to choose. I would say it is even double mistake. Of course, you as a foreign man not aware of our culture and you don't know how to react, how to offer, how to court, to propose, to build connections. That is why we're explaining you this information here. So Slavic ladies, they prefer that a man will be a leader, that a man should have a plan, that a man would be an initiator. What it means for you, have your plan what things you want to visit, be prepared, be ready. Now with the help of Google you can learn plenty of information, and I'm not talking only about such channels, such videos as we have right now. Just even to check the currency, to check average price. You can even just check at the Google Maps the restaurant, and you can see you will be forwarded to their site. You will see the menu with the prices. You will see the interior. You will see reviews. Everything you can check ahead. Just need to be a little bit more smart. Maybe it would be more difficult for older guys. It depends on how active, what kind of lifestyle, and what experience you have in general in your life about travelings, about visiting such places, about new devices, items, digital world in general. For younger guys, it must be way, way more easier, but still it's easy to learn, even for men who not used to such lifestyle. If you have this journey as a first journey, still you can learn. So guys, first number one tip is, of course, prepare yourself for this vacation, for this trip. Check things ahead, check places, Google Maps, do some research. You can do as well, book certain appointments according you can check many things like what kind of application to use to book a taxi, what price, average price. But you can see nowadays it's more difficult to scam people just because you don't need to pay everywhere by cash. You pay in majority of things just from your mobile banking account. So when you have the application of Uber or Bolt or any other application, Uklon, we have different. You can find all this information just in internet, just to ask taxi in Kiev. You will see the first of them would be advertised. You can download official application, and at application you will see you will sign, write down the destination you need, and you will see the price ahead. So taxi driver cannot influence because he doesn't know who will be the client, the customer. So the price already fixed and you paying ahead. You can choose option to pay by cash. It would be still the same price, so the taxi driver cannot change it with this official application and big company. But still, you will be not tricked with the taxi driver. But it is different situation when you just arrive into the airport or to the railway station, and you don't order in, don't use in any application and just go by yourself. Always taxi drivers are there. You can go just to the cabin, and they will increase price 10 times, guys, 10 times. You don't know prices for you. If you will compare with your country, it can be even appropriate price, but in Ukraine everything is cheap, and you should know that. So check such things ahead. Then, when you choose in a place, you can as well be prepared, plus or less, because you will understand the rating of this place you're going to visit. So, especially in Kiev, we have very fancy restaurants when a bill can be really expensive. So, of course, better to understand what kind of expenses you going to have, and choosing places according to your wallet. So choose wisely, prepare. You can see even pictures or video guide in internet before you will choose some place. You can order a table for certain time, yeah, and not to be disappointed if the restaurant would be full, and you know what to expect as well. Basic uh, things as reviews will help you to figure out how good service you will have, what kind of food and cuisine in general they have, what quality of this food, and you can see some things of pictures of interior and dishes ahead, and it would be helpful. So for Slavic women, of course, if we will talking about innocent meeting and knowing each other with the purpose to build a connection, maybe start some relationships. So single men, single women, they get know each other, even via Tinder. A woman, of course, will prefer to be a woman in her regular role, when a man knows how to act, knows how to court. So a man should be initiator, should invite a woman, choose the place, pay the bill. So you have this right, not woman choosing. It's not like inappropriate if a woman will choose, but I would say that women will prefer. You can, of course, ask about her preferences, but I would suggest you to do this when you're already familiar, when you're absolutely sure, when you already met with this person, when it's not someone uncertain from Tinder, a stranger, and you don't know what to expect. I would say that for you as a foreigner, it would be a red flag if a woman would recommend and suggest to you, like, let's visit this place. Already something wrong here. It's untypical for our culture. Women would prefer to observe and to see what kind of place a man will choose. It as well helps her to judge his status, the way he trying to court, how he trying to express her. So it's some information even for a woman. So not likely a woman will try to take this initiative on her shoulders and to choose a place, even if she want to visit something. Many women who seriously want to start relationships, they will be quite humble, and they will say, like, even if she has few places or one favorite place which she really wants to visit for first meeting, seriously, it's not typical that a woman will say, oh yes, I know such place, let's go there. Maybe in some time, yes, woman, when you will be already familiar with each other, yeah, in some romance you will have. So of course it's normal then that she will say, I know such place I always wanted to visit, or I know this place I like to be there, so let's visit this place. But for the beginning, it's really, really not typical that a woman takes initiative, and even for a good woman it would be some points minus for you if you will ask her, like, even if you are not local, yeah, you a foreigner, you don't know local places, she can be local lady. Even still, would be nice if you will choose the place. So, Tinder, they never met before, don't know anything about those ladies, and choosing place which is difficult to find on maps to receive any reviews, already very suspicious. I heard, guys, such story. For me, everything looks horrible. I cannot imagine this situation in real life, but I know that such things exist. I mean, even to swiping menus with the different prices. Oh my God, that is wow scam, I would say. So you understand the scheme. Women are scammers there who being paid by this restaurant, and this restaurant receiving extra um, money from you for simple average order. Yeah, but they increasing the price, they making this even separate tricky. Yeah, black menu. Women go out not to stay at this moment, not to probably not to show with her reaction that she already knew that it would happen, not to play this drama like, oh my God, yes, I saw the prices or something. Like, I don't know, I think it's some trick. So let's finish this story, and we will try to figure out how to react and how to behave in such situations, uh, not to get into this situation as well.
Comes like, this is a scam. I'm not paying for this. I'm getting the hell out of here. When he got to the door, these 6 humongous guards were standing in his way, telling him that he has to pay this or he's not leaving the restaurant. He is in complete disbelief. Now, obviously, one of the girls was working with the restaurant for the scam, but luckily, the other girl was not part of this, actually had a connection in the police department, and she wanted to help. Long story short, she called the police to the restaurant. They resolved the situation, and my friend was let go of. That restaurant is still operational till this day. So to hear more crazy stories like this from my travel adventures.
I believe that it is a nice educational story for you because, guys, such things really exist. I heard from foreigners during translations, I think, or something. Such things. I don't remember exactly, but a couple times I heard about such type of scam that those things exist in Kiev. I never heard about small cities, but in the bigger cities where scammers popular, at least before the war. Unfortunately, and very pity and ashamed that such huge scam can happen, not only from women's side, from some dating sites and agencies, but that even restaurants involved on such level. So, of course, what you should do, you should pursue your rights. You are a foreigner. In one hand, you have less protection. In another hand, you even can have more protection if you know your rights, if you know how to behave. First, I would say that such things never could exist and happen if nobody actually would buy it, right? So no purpose for scammers to create those things, no purpose for restaurant to support such things and try to trick people if nobody would pay, if every man can protect himself and his rights. I understand that the situation absolutely not pleasant, but nowadays we all have our cell phones. You can call police. This is first. Um, Maybe you have some other contacts which can protect. You can. I'm not sure about your protection with your embassy of your country, but still you can learn such situations, especially if you go to some foreign country, not with the tour, not when some people take responsibility for you. I mean, with the hotel, with some program, but when you do on your own, You as well, I believe, should learn and have some plan ahead in case of any unexpected urgent situation, uh, any contact which can help you. If you will need any protection, any situation can happen, and you, a foreigner with different language, with no one familiar there, on your own. So yeah, need to be prepared. For me, this story a bit surpriseful that another lady wasn't a scammer and actually helped to figure out with the police. That's actually good, because if she didn't, I don't know what could happen to a guy. So this story with the happy end, I would say. Yeah, he didn't pay this extra bill, which of course it is almost impossible to have this $800 bill for 4 people. It's really a lot, even for Kiev. It's still a lot for very average things. So, guys, be careful, cautious. Try to check, ladies, try to check their qualities. I would say as well that I cannot believe that any red flags didn't exist with those ladies and their behavior. When a woman is serious and hide nothing, so her behavior would be different. She will have different kind of reaction of body language. She will be involved in a communication sincerely, with the sincere interest. If no interest there, she will be just polite, but definitely not like an actress. So I believe that you can recognize scammers, that they will be a bit narcissistic, they would be a bit arrogant, not very focused on you, and no sincere, exciting communication with the eye contact. I believe that they would distract on phone, to do things, to act a bit like not in the presence, because when a woman interesting and like a man, doesn't matter how much people you have, it's a double date or one-on-one especially date, one woman would want to observe and to learn about you and to see in perspective how it works. If a woman bring some suggestions from her side on early stages of your meeting, to visit some mall, to do shopping, to go to certain places, to a restaurant, uh, it is a red flag. I would say that women can suggest to be to be friendly and suggest you're a foreigner. I'd wish to show you some sightseeing because I'm local, I'm native here. So let's go with me. I will make some excursion for you. I will show you some interesting place. That can be nice. And place, I mean, some old church or whatever. It even can be something that you need to buy tickets there, but it would be official bill with the appropriate things. Yeah, so it's not just some service. Let's go to I will show you a fancy restaurant with some service. It's about places. So a good host with the serious intentions, of course, she would try to be like pleasant, generous, and to show you interesting things, to impress you, because you are a new person. It's always interesting to travel, to discover new places. So then it is a green flag, a good indicator that a woman as well trying to commit. If a woman just trying to receive and to make you follow her scenario, this is a very red flag. Not typical behavior. So you can judge that this woman arrogant, that she already probably did this not once, because she has certain plan. And you cannot judge, because you cannot check this ahead. You don't know, you are just a new person there, so you cannot check this information. Can you trust to this person? So again, be wise, cautious, learn how to recognize good ladies from not very good ladies with the different targets, with the different values. That would help you more. Yeah. And then if you enjoy time, you can see that lady is not in rush. If lady in rush, or she doesn't like you, or she had some plan for you, and not going to spend all the evening with you and to visit some other date. So if you invite a woman for a date and you can see that she relaxed, your communication flows, you learning new things about each other, she is into you, you like her, you can see her feedback reaction, she like you back, she is exciting, you exchanging information about each other, and it grows to some more to some familiarity about each other. Yeah, you're sharing some stories from the past, you maybe discovering each other's wishes and dreams, plans for future, values, goals, some things, funny stuff about your present life. So this is an indicator of a healthy, normal communication when people trying to learn about each other, trying to get know each other closer with the purpose to continue this communication, and then slowly it can move to romance. Maybe not slowly. So it's up to your chemistry, compatibility, how exciting you are. But if you can see that person reserved and distracting on phone, or behave yourself like a nice queen, or your behavior is wrong and you should choose another tactic, she's just not into you, or she is the wrong person from the beginning. So you must learn how to recognize this feedback when a woman interesting about you, and then you will not have troubles. Yeah, and learn ahead, of course. Be a man, learn things, be responsible for your choice. So that is my tips and suggestion. In general, story is good and with a happy end. Yeah. Juan Antonio, привет, Janочка. I'm shocked already and haven't seen the clip. So why you shocked then? Hi to you. Mhm. Mark, привет, dear Jana and gentlemen. Hello, my dear Mark. What, привет to you as well. Oh, restaurant scam. I've read about it on a forum quite some time ago. Another guy was scammed with the same manner. They ended up calling the cops for it, but they made a picture of the menu. So they had evidence the scam. I hope the story ends as well. Good. Hope so. Lemon Squeezers, hello, I remember you as well. Nice to see you at our live stream. Good evening, Jana. Thank you. Bill, buenos dias, buongiorno, доброе утро. Ocho gozaimasu. One. Okay. Hello. On multiple languages. Доброго ранку, так. What, Janочка, taxi drivers can increase price if they know you are a foreigner, but there is also a recommendation to stay seated in the taxi until the driver steps out if you have luggage, because some might scam you by driving off when you get out. I never heard about luggage. Nowadays, it's not that possible, because if you use official application, you receiving all the information about the taxi. So the license plate, the name of driver, and you can contact. So those drivers, they sign in a contract, they live in some maybe documents, and they have certain responsibilities towards this company. So it's not like a man just can be a driver with his own car and steal your luggage and go away, and you never can find this person. So when you use an official applications, chance being scammed almost zero. You can receive not very pleasant service, still can happen, but you will see price ahead. They don't see you see the offers of all drivers which are located next to you, and you can see them and what price they want to have for this riding to a certain destination, but they cannot see your order, they cannot see your name that you are a foreigner. So how it works, you have application and you just write in the destination and allow to see your spot you're staying at, right? So you have one address and destination of another address. And for this route, you're receiving information about all the local drivers which stay in area maybe 2 kilometers around your spot. And you can see how the driver rate this ride. Yeah, and you will see at plus or less, it would be very similar price. Difference can be about the level of car. So it can be very average car, I would say cheap car. Yeah, it can be middle class, and it can be luxury class. It can be pet taxi or women driver for women. Yeah, this service was created for women for women to feel safe, or to feel comfortable, not to use men's service. So you see prices ahead, you see the name of the driver, the time and the location even of the taxi. So no chances to be tricked. Modern technology is very helpful. Just need to learn how to use them. So they cannot increase. They can increase or leave you with your luggage only if it's just private taxi without any signs on the cabin. So not through application. So if you catch this taxi just on the street or next to some building on some spot, so then it's of course more risky. And not only for foreigners, all those drivers, they work in more expensive than drivers by application, because they will prefer to have less passengers but with the bigger price. Work less but maybe the same amount of money. For people who doesn't want to wait or don't know how to use service and not prepared ahead. Matt, hello to you as well. Glad to see you on stream. Yeah, taxi driver on the train station in Kiev tried to get me to give him 11,000 hryvnias to take me to my hotel. I told him no and showed him the price on my Uber, 500 hryvnias. Oh my God, Matt, for that amount of money, 11,000 hryvnias, I believe that you can drive all over Ukraine. Seriously, all over Ukraine tour. It can be literally from one border to another border and back. Oh my God, incredible, nasty. So he didn't try to increase this double or triple, but in so many times, 22 times more. Yep. Жанна, как дела? All good, Bill. Thank you. Gregory, buenas tardes, Jana. Hello, hello, Gregory. Buenas tardes. What about Janочка? In regards to using a Tinder in Ukraine, when the man is a tourist foreigner, they are more likely to attract scammers than sincere women on that app, since not a lot of women are open to dating a foreigner. Yes, absolutely. That is why I don't think that it can be a good option, to be honest. Still, some chances exist, but at the same time, a big chance that you will attract exactly a scammer because they can see that you have a foreign name, that your profile in English language. So many women will swipe to the right exactly to get opportunity to meet with you as with a foreigner to scam you. So I agree. Maybe not the best option for foreigners who are on their own in Ukraine. Very high risk, no any guarantees. You should understand that above Tinder, no any administrator who controlling those people. It is just application for any independent person. Nobody will control, nobody will take responsibilities for anything what would happen to you. So I would say that it is very risky. Yeah. You see, yeah, exactly. Oh, Stefan here as well. Hello, man. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but just got in from work. Still nice you joined. What, Janочка, Kharkiv also has such places and such shameless women. There is a link to Google Sheets in the description through with a list of such restaurants so people can look before traveling. That's very nice. If you have link to this, uh, yeah, Google Sheets, that would be cool warning for all viewers who can see this live stream and were ever in have been to Ukraine ever or going to visit Ukraine in the future after war will finish, of course, after it would be safe. Yeah. What was Janetka? I don't know what will happen to the guy. Robbed and beaten, probably. That is unfortunate. And I believe that. I'm sorry, guys. I believe that nobody deserve and want to have such experience. That is why you need to predict certain things ahead with any kind of insurance when you can have a call and receive certain consultation or protection. Yeah. For me, to be honest, I don't think that such situation can happen often. It's something out of it's not common. So I would say that Ukraine is safe country, but sometimes shit can happen, guys, to anyone, to a woman, to a man, to a local people, native people, to a foreigner. Foreigners, of course, a bigger target for scammers just because you have lack of information, lack of people who can help you, lack of knowledges in general. You will be more naive because you don't know how the system works, how it usually, what the price for those things. So foreigners would be a target, but more target to give money because you are naive, because you will believe that the price is like that or you need to pay for this. But to be robbed and beaten, not that probable, I would say, just because it would be responsibility for those people. It depends, of course, on the person, how much you still going to stay, if you will go to police, if you will have a lawyer. So, of course, it's not pleasant situation and extra troubles and maybe costs to organize all this, to resolve all the situation, to organize a lawyer, to pay. But I would say Police cannot decline your complaint. They must receive. Um, I don't think that they have translator there, so probably you need. So it still would be challenging, yeah. But police must react. So it's very bad scenario. I can imagine, but I never heard such occasions. I would say that it's not, guys. It shouldn't be very scared to you, like it will happen necessarily if you're a foreigner and go to Ukraine. It will happen. No, I don't think that it would happen. Obviously, but as well, you need to learn how to protect yourself ahead, not to be a victim of scammers because you're not aware of things and too much naive and trustful. That's what I try to show you and explain you here. So of course, to plan, to check things ahead, to with the digital world right now, you can plan all your trip, all your vacation ahead, to book things ahead, even to pay many of things ahead. Yeah, everything is official, legal. It's not like a black bills with the cash. So choose official, trustful places, resources, check reviews, learn information ahead, maybe ask suggestions of people or some guides in the internet. Yeah, with some guides, some reviews, some suggestions, some video tours. Oh, thank you, Mark, so much. Yes, guys, I would appreciate if you will support this video with your likes. It will help to grow to our channel and help to share this information with the more people, with the more viewers, and prevent bad things with the foreigners. What, Janechka, if you are receiving all the information about the drivers and such nowadays, then perhaps it was partly because of the tourist foreigners repeatedly getting scammed and complaining. It's just a new system, and it makes everything more predictable and with certain insurance for not only for foreigners, for local people as well. So yes. Yes, I agree that you're a very rare guest, but glad to see you. Oh, Porfirio here with us as well. Hello, Porfirio. Renee, hi to you as well. Hello, Jana. From my experience, I have noticed that ladies from Nikolaev are very aggressive. I have heard that the area has a reputation of scammers, city of brides. What have you heard? I heard the same about city of brides. I never heard that those women are aggressive. I don't think that I ever was at Nikolaev, or if I was when I was a child. Maybe I was in Nikolaev region, some city with my parents, but not exactly at Nikolaev. So as adult person, I don't have any experience, and I don't know even any acquaintances from this city. But I heard about City of Brides. I don't know actually the history why it calls like this. Maybe the ratio of men and women that bad there, that amount of women way bigger than men. That is why. This is my guess, but I never checked this information just because I was never connected. No, I knew one person from my previous work, but it is a man, and very funny, easygoing man. But of course, we didn't discuss such topics, so we were in touch only by working moments. So it's way different. So still, it will be not helpful here. Janetka, in general, I think that certain places should be avoided based on experiences by other foreigners if they have not been any changes. Absolutely, that is why reviews exist. And I believe in the power of review. Myself personally, I am a peaceful person. If I don't like such service, which is just I would say not pleasant but appropriate, no harm from this bad service, I would even not leave the review. But if something ridiculous could happen, which can harm your health, your wallet, such ridiculous situation, I believe that people must leave reviews to warn other people, and when the owner can read those reviews, as well will be warned about the stuff that he need to change something, or maybe it's the problem not with the staff but exactly with the owner and his politics or her politics. It's exactly to provide better service, to save things, yeah, and not to take care good about people. So the power of review is huge, and at such things as um, Google reviews, they can it's not their platform, they cannot influence, they cannot remove review. So it is very helpful. So of course would be nice if each person will leave review with the impressions how everything was. Usually, of course, guys, you should understand that vast majority of places in Ukraine, so any cafe, restaurant, coffee shop, any shop everywhere, so it would be average people with the same prices for you and the same treatment, or even maybe more gesture treatment than to local people, just because they would be friendly, because they understand that you're a foreigner, they will probably try to bring good impression. So it would be typical major reaction. But we're talking not about how friendly Ukrainian people are, which are majority, but we're trying to warn exactly about those cases and those situations when you can be scammed and tricked. So of course, this percentage of bad people exist as well, who want to take an advantage from you. And as I mentioned, taxi drivers, some services, some restaurants, some women, many schemes exist. Not all people trying to earn honestly and want to take an advantage from people, not because they good just at this, they don't have another skills in life or qualities which helps them to be successful at some other field. So that's what they can do. It's as well work, it's as well time, it's as well risk. uh, they just choosing this path, unfortunately, which is not pleasant and harm other people. But we have what we have, and the best thing you can do is just to be prepared to avoid such things. Yes, hello, Porfirio. Hi. What was Janочка? Foreigner was in Odessa and got beaten to an inch of his life and left for dead. Broken eye socket, ribs, arm, one people, dangerous situation, physically or financially. Such things can happen, but I would say it's rare situation nowadays. Can happen, of course, yes. Wrong place and very wrong people around, and no police around. So everything can be everywhere. Everywhere, stupid, delusional, crazy people exist which can be drunk, can control themselves. Everything can happen. But of course, better to avoid certain areas, zones of risk. And it's not something what happen in every day or like on a regular base. Matt Williams, pro tip. If you are in Eastern Europe and a man is trying to start crap in a bar while drinking vodka, remind them that where you are from, only the women drink vodka. Really? If you're in Eastern Europe and a man is trying to start crap in a bar while drinking vodka. Mm, seriously, I don't think, Matt, to be honest, that it can turn good because if a man drinks vodka, he will be a little bit in this drunk crush, and it would be lack of control. And some people can get aggressive under the alcohol influence. So such compare can put down a person, and person can react aggressively back. It can be some fight, yeah, even. So I'm not sure how good this tip, how safe this tip is. It depends how confident you are about yourself, about the situation that you will be above. Yeah, so of course better to avoid and not to provocate, especially drunk people. But in general, I believe that you have your personal experience and good tips for guys because you was there twice. You have to assert dominance. Renee, men should be careful if they are considering going to Colombia. Men have been kidnapped, robbed, drugged, even killed. Wow. Most men met the women on Tinder. Yeah. What can I say? With the Ukraine is different situation. I don't think that such things like kidnapping, even killed, yeah, that's like too hard. It's up to level of country of their government. So no need to visit dangerous countries then. Stefan, unfortunately, what is not beyond talked about anywhere is the rise in crime now, because of the lack of employment, prices sky high, etc. Mm, I would not agree. I would say that last decades the crime rise lower than it was before. So when was very tough situation, especially with Soviet Union collapse and economical collapse, and people were just lost and didn't know what to do, how to survive. Were that tough times that people couldn't receive their income up to 1 year. Can you imagine? You still keep going to the factory every day. You have your regular sheet which can be 8 or 10 or 12 hours, and they cannot pay to you, not this month, and the next month you cannot leave this job as well because you're afraid you don't have another place for work. You're still waiting for your money that one day it will happen, that they will pay. Guys, you cannot imagine what a collapse it was. People received, for example, if a woman working on factory which producing services like mugs, some plates, some teacups. They don't have money to pay income with the cash, but they could give away, for example, amount of her income compared to amount of these services, the same price. Yeah, so they can give as an income like 5 services to this woman with the purpose like we don't have cash, yeah, better economical situation, but you can sell these items by yourself and earn some money. But of course nobody can buy, nobody need, nobody have money, and people went to sell to Poland. It was a real part of history. So can you imagine what tough challenges people passed through? It definitely affected post-Soviet countries, former Soviet Union countries. It depends on location. So some countries which are closer to western part of Europe, their situation is better economically. due to many factors, probably. So Ukraine has tough history, tough challenges, yeah, and it affected people. And that moment, many people of that generations, especially young people, young generations, like teenagers closer to their 20s, from 20s to 30s, different ages, they didn't know how to survive, how to earn, and they had to somehow survive. So, with the primal instincts, will survive just the strongest. And you can be the strongest if you can't earn an official way. So you need to, um, oh my God, what the word? Need to find this. To rob, or to rob someone, or to beat someone. Yeah, to take what you need: food, money, clothes, whatever. So it's really part of reality, and many people from that generations. So culture slowly, economics, culture, mentality slowly had to be healed with the modern, better life conditions. Yeah. Now I would say the rise in crime now. No, guys, Stefan, even now with the war, when many people have even weapon, it's I think you from the United States, I can be mistaken, but in Ukraine it's not typical for people to have weapon. So you need to have special permission. It's not popular here. So yeah, there are guys who are hunters. Usually it's not in the city. It's smaller cities closer to countryside areas. But in the city, it's something very unique and rare when a man has a gun or a rifle. But now with the war conditions, different situations, because we have a lot of guys who are military, yeah, who have this opportunity more than it was before. I cannot talk too much here about such things, but still, situation is different now with the war. The crime didn't wasn't boosted. Okay, so I can't agree. I can't see the situations like someone was robbed or killed or injured just with other people. In the past, were more cases like this in my city as well. Like even boys were raised with the certain rules, and a lot of crime was just on the streets. It was a part of forming a man in our culture. I don't know why and when it started. This topic not about this, but it was, and now it's gone. Seriously, with every generation, it's cleaner and cleaner. But you remember this expression that tough times produce and brings strong people, and strong people and easy times. Yeah, they producing weak people, and then weak people as well bring these collapse in society again. So history or always has circling and repeated patterns. So I would say before this war, it was that more easy period of life. But of course, we had decades in our country to recover, to grow to a certain level, which still not that level of economy which Western Europe has or United States. But it was not that bad. So plus or less, everyone can be employed. We have still work, not always good, not always well paid. But it's not like you cannot survive, and it would be not that work when you can build career and provide your life on super level, but you can provide your life to pay bills and to buy meal. For this amount of money you can survive, and such job exists, and it's up to every person what kind of degree, skills and ambitions and qualities you have to settle with things, or to try to be better, to earn. Price is sky high as well. It is higher than it was before the war, again, to understandable reasons, because many things, many areas of economy has collapsed. Many connections were with Russia as well, and now all the connections stopped. So many companies worked with Russia, many trading we had in the past. So our factories sold certain things here. Some factories sold some pumps, for example, to Russia, or with different kinds of items in production. Now it stopped, and because we are cut from the sea as well, it is a big challenge for country in general, because the delivery more expensive, because you can deliver only by train or by vehicle, by trucks, which is more expensive, the fuel, yeah, and less tonnage, less amount of stuff you can take, but more expensive, because if you need, for example, from my region, which is north on the border to Russia, to Western Europe, or to any other place, you need to deliver. So more than 1,000 kilometers you need to cope and to pay for this delivery, which is extra. So in certain way, prices were increased, but still it is way different that to live in any other country. I lived in Poland. In Poland, everything was double expensive. Well, not everything, so some meal wasn't, but any kind of service, insurance, many things were double or even triple expensive that we still have in Ukraine, even with the war conditions. So it is a difference still. Stefan, having said that, thought I only have it from Odessa, but I was stipulated that it is also arrive all over. Maybe we could have different experiences. I was in Odessa when I was a child, few times. So still as adult person, I didn't heard such stories. So it depends on what area of life you was connected with there. So this bright business is quite dirty due to scammers, because they trap in foreigners, because you're not aware, you are not local, you cannot check, and very naive with many things you believe. That is why you are easy target, and that is why that business can be that dirty. If I will go to Odessa, I will have no any issues, with anything, with the place for living, with the restaurants, with any service. So it would be different world for me, just because I would be not involved in this dirty sphere, dirty area, to find a bride who doesn't want to become a bride for you. She wants just to steal your money, to make you spend that much money as possible. Latva, Janочка, very true about reviews, but some places simply buy positive reviews and have their employees leave such reviews behind. True, but if you know how algorithms work, so they can buy 500 reviews, but still one very bad review can be on the top. People will see still that bad real review. Again, you can see if you can see the reply of the owner for even bad reviews, that they're trying to fix the situation. So bad service can happen, not always can be according to a plan, and some dish can be spoiled, for example, but staff don't want to pay for their mistakes by themselves, and they can deliver like not very appropriate things. And a normal owner will accept that he has mistake. Yeah, he didn't provide a good quality service. He will try to fix that for future, to keep client, to give another chance. it would be at least a polite response to a negative review, like, thank you for letting us know. We will work on our quality. So you are welcome, if it's possible, to fix somehow to cover the guilt. Please visit us again. We will try to do something. So every responsible person who is the owner will try to keep the customers, the visitors, and not to spoil their reputation, because reputation you cannot buy. If it is bad service, it would be bad and people will not like it, and all these um, reviews. So this place would be famous with a bad reputation, and you never can fix it. Lemon squeezers, has there been much information about the scam sites, especially Lada Date, Love Me, and Foreign Affair? I noticed that some do tours that Lada Date doesn't have audio for voice chat, only video. Wow. You know, I have interesting information for you. Further on this channel, I will prepare some, maybe it would be set of regular streams with the scam sites. I would show you information from inside. I will probably do my own investigation inside that sites and show to our viewers how exactly they do in this scamming for people, for foreigners, and of course pay your attract your attention to the red flags. So um, to be honest, I don't know. I heard all these sites from my clients' reviews. Does they work right now? I believe so. And they work only for one reason, that some people still keep using this service. Met many places in Kiev, stores, shops, restaurants are not on Google Maps. That's weird because literally when you for example, if I want to visit some place, I would write down at Google Maps the address, and this address will show that this is that place, has stars. So new places. It's as well advertisement for. To be honest, I don't think that I ever visited such places, or if I visited, so I wasn't aware because I didn't check anything. It's not like I visit checking all the time things. It depends here because I'm local and I know just know information about that or that place. But recently I had to do some research to find one place, one bakery, and to find something, some item, and I uh, did my choice according to reviews. And for example, one bakery has very bad reviews, and literally every review, like high price, very low quality service, very bad quality. Even for small place, I don't know even this place here at my city. So to be honest, difficult to imagine that a restaurant can be not at Google Maps. That's weird. Interesting to find such place which doesn't exist. Maybe very small coffee shop, maybe, because it's something which doesn't need a special site, yeah, to take care of site, to pay, to support it, just because even probably they doesn't provide with bakery, personal bakery, or any kind of menu. They have just regular drinks and that's it. But still, no, that's weird. Oh, interesting. Some story comes. Matt, apparently, I never told you about the three Russian men I met in Warsaw who told me that they would not allow me to go to Ukraine. It really messed with them when you tell them that. Then sit down at their table. It really messes with them. Ah, okay. Thank you. What? No, you didn't tell this story. Hope you will tell in more details. Oh yeah, would be a red flag number one if you can see the profile of lady on different sites. Uh, that's a red flag, guys. Something wrong here, and it would be an indicator for you that this woman just using multiply men, dozens of men for communication, and different employees using this fake profile. It's not personally this woman what's doing. She just let to use her profile there for some commission, and different employees like translators doing this communication instead of this woman. Renezana, I follow a streamer from Kiev. She shares that inflation in Kiev continues to increase. She says this is not sustainable for the average Ukrainian. Do you agree? She shares that inflation in Kiev continues to increase. Um, uh, I would say not right now. So last year or 2 years when the war started. So inflation is when the value of your currency goes down. It means that the currency of foreign currency grows. For example, our major indicators, United States dollar and euro. So last 2 years they plus or less on the same price. Let me check at my bank. Let me check one moment. No, it's plus or less the same. Can be some small differences, like plus or less, but not much. Of course, the war hit it. Definitely, it happened, but I can't say that it's still changing that much. If so, but very small change. In Poland, I would say as well. When I just arrived to Poland, and the next year, all the prices just in a grocery store increased maybe like up to 20%, because this war in Ukraine, but still a lot of effects all over the world because of sanctions, because not all businesses allowed to trade with the certain countries due to sanctions, because Ukraine trading through Europe only, and like it's very complicated. What to Rene, various prices in Europe as well that are getting hurt by prices. Netherlands as well. Supermarket prices are absurd. So people living in their border to Germany cross the border just for gas and groceries. Can be, yes. So as I just told, so many countries were influenced. Rene, I understand it's everywhere, but the lady is in Kiev, and I cannot believe that basic necessities at a supermarket are priced similar to the United States, milk, etc., when you consider their standards of living? No, it's not the same. So I would say that you're talking about inflation. So if you will convert price for a milk pack, it cost $1. So it was at the beginning of the war, and it still cost $1. So some cents can change. Yeah, sometimes you can have promotion, and many people choosing wisely. Yeah, and they will buy something by promotion, which still happens all the time. Guys, prices in Ukraine cheaper, and for me personally, it was easier here not to count all the time how much I can allow to myself at a grocery store, at a restaurant. So here it's more easy. You go, you just take what you need. Price is more appropriate still. Kiev region has highest minimum wage in Ukraine, so if they are affected, it's likely that other regions are also affected. With the means that the regions with the lower minimum wage would be hurting a lot. Not about groceries. So prices for groceries would be plus or less the same, especially at huge supermarket nets. They would be the same. So milk would cost all over Ukraine plus or less the same. The difference can be very small. So they would be increased at some resorts, touristic cities, western part of Ukraine, for example. Yeah, the rest would be the same. Que pases una buenas noches, Jana. Thank you so much for your Spanish, Gregory. Appreciate that. Yes, everyone enjoy. We will finish already. But Vladimir, for example, had the lowest hourly minimum wage in Ukraine. So I would imagine that there would be problems there if prices were so high. Interesting information. Never heard about exactly Zhytomyr that they have that problems just because it's neighbor region to Kiev, which is more central part of Ukraine. So I would say that some other areas can be less economically wealthy than central part, especially closer to Kiev. If you read, maybe, or maybe research of certain year. This streamer recorded at a local supermarket. Most people there were buying a few items. Here in the United States, everyone has a shopping cart. It is obvious Ukraine are buying the basic necessities, said Renee. It's not because they cannot approach. I go to the grocery store almost every day. Not because I cannot buy a lot at one time. It's just cultural differences. We just live differently. For you, probably again. My grocery store, 1 minute, literally 1 minute by walk from my place, from my building. It's convenient for me. I always can go out and buy something fresh. That much as I want right now by my mood. I can do bigger list to keep this in the frost, and I would have some options. But to buy too much milk or cheese or I don't know, salad or meat or vegetables, they would just spoil, because not necessarily a person will eat this in 3 days. So it's not few items, it's more cultural thing. So better to buy according to your mood, certain moment in time, what exactly you want to cook for yourself or for your family. And to buy the whole fridge to make the fridge full. Some things can be just spoiled. So this is just cultural and easy access to grocery store, because we have literally everywhere at every district all the infrastructure. For you need to go by car, to get by car, and no need to go, of course, every day for small things. So it's not because people cannot afford a big list. And psychologically as well, like yeah, obviously many people, they live in below average, and for example, to live at a grocery store a bill with $100 psychologically more difficult, more challenging for person to pay that amount of money than to pay, for example, $20 at one time, and next day or after one day one more $20. It would be psychologically more easy to accept that small amount of money than one time big stuff, especially if something will spoil in the future. I would not agree, Renee. So maybe that streamer has some research about certain group of products of items. Maybe the tendency grows, yeah, with the inflation, but still not that bad. At least if you can provide your life on average level, you will be fine here. People who below average, yes, that would be of course more challenging everywhere all over the world. If you cannot provide for life, it would be challenging everywhere. Juan Antonio, Jana, I think if a man has had real communication, example video dates, with a lady, he can use in his common sense trust to her to suggest places for dinner. If he is wrong and she isn't true, he can blame himself. Men need to hold themselves accountable for their poor choices. I got your point of view, but based on this video, guys didn't have communication ahead. They didn't know those girls. They get know them through Tinder, so they trust to strangers, to unknown people, and it is a mistake already. When you have video dates, especially, I told here, repeated plenty of times, you should observe how much time lady invest into you. So I know some stories here when men had communication 1 year or 1.5 years, and he thought that he's in relationships. They did video chats, but they were short. They were maybe once a week, or yeah, like once a week, and they still didn't know all the information because they drawn in their fantasies. When you have decent communication, absolutely pure with mutual interest, you have long and regular video chats, you know all the situation of one each other, so then you can trust mutually. It is different. So it's about proofs, it's about time, how much time person dedicating to you, because time our most precious resource, and nobody will waste too much time with the some tricky purposes, tricky goals, because for scammer it's still risky. Scammer can be successful or can fail, yeah, and the victim will not pay that amount of money. So how much time scammer ready to spend? Especially, can you guys imagine scammer acting not according to feelings? So this communication doesn't flow because it's interesting for her to spend time with you. It's just your work, and she typing these messages, it's just a work for her. And video dates, she will be just a doll there who will be like not that much in presence. It is way different. So that is why I'm trying to teach you here exactly how to recognize the feedback and the behavior. So yes, when you have proofs, when you have certain level of trust, when you can see green flags, then I, of course, as I said, a woman who meeting you, who is local, she can bring some ideas just because she is local, she knows better places. And Matt, for example, from our chat, so his lady offered to him like, we shouldn't choose this restaurant because it's not reasonably expensive, let's choose another one. It's a good suggestion, right? So she tried to save, not to cause you extra expenses. She as well can show you some interesting sightseeings to bring some impressions to you when you visit in the country at the first time, or not first time, but didn't discover everything yet. So different situations can be, and according to her behavior, her interest, excitement level, her proofs, her time spent in dedicating to you, you can judge. Yeah. Yes, Lada, that it is a scam site. We have such video reviews here on this channel from this site. At very small shops and stuff, there is a flower shop, a sushi restaurant, and general store, and a short shop about 100 yards from the Hilton Kiev, non Google Maps. That's very weird that even sushi restaurant doesn't have not exist in the Google Maps. Maybe they can. That's still weird to me. If you remember the name, you can send to me. I will check. Stefan, avoid PPL sites. Absolutely, guys. This communication by letters, it's not the way people get know each other nowadays anymore. Absolutely. Date with age appropriate, 100%. Guys, more than 10-15 years age gap would be very, very suspicious. You should understand the reason why lady should settle for this age gap. What are her reasons why she ready to it's not typical for our culture, so she might have some reason. Yeah, and just indoors, especially if you're not just older, but if you looking according to your biological age, not really good shape, good looking man, so that can be an excuse. If you're attractive, if you look younger, if you have active lifestyle, that can be an excuse. But if you looking at your age or even older, out of shape, and you communicating with the lady more than 15 years younger than you, something wrong here. You shouldn't buy this that easily. You should understand her motives. More than a 10-year age gap, okay, like more than 10 can be, 12 can be, but more than 15 it would be difficult psychologically for women who with the serious intentions to overcome this age gap. And seek advice from reputable matchmakers. Absolutely, Stefan, thank you so much. That's very wise advice. Thank you for help here. In the second part, looking at a perfect reputable matchmaker advisor right now. Thank you, guys. By the way, I will use this moment, this situation. You can go here to matchguaranty.com registered, or as well, maybe it would be easier to show you this banner. So you can go here to register for free pre-matchmaking consultation. So it would be complimentary, you shouldn't pay. You can, if you have an idea to meet someone online, yeah, not local lady, some international dating. So then, of course, you need to learn information, and this consultation, which is free, will help you to understand your chances. We will pass through zone of success, we call it. So I will ask questions about your present, about your goals, your preferences. I would compare this to reality, what we have here right now. Yeah, you will understand your real chances. If you can be successful, it's up to you. You can move on. If you don't have real chances, or at least that try that journey would be tough to you, I would honestly tell this to you. That's the purpose of this consultation. So choose wisely, yes, and of course with some help it would be easier for you than to do on your own. Video chats are different from in-person meetings as well, though people can behave differently or pretend to be someone else online, need to meet in person. One of the reasons why you can't call it relationship until you are not meet in person and see if you match. Yeah, true. But Juan mentioned that you can have certain level of trust if you have decent video chats on a regular base, and you can see all the background, you can see proofs of everything what she shared with you. So then, yes, you can have some level of trust to let a woman choose a place for first meeting. So the full message was originally like that. So of course you need to meet in person, and only after confirmation that you have chemistry in reality and romance exists there in reality, then you can start your real relationship. So before it's romantic communication, but still not full relationship. So you cannot provide for this lady, you cannot accept all the responsibilities. You are not official couple yet, but your intentions can be serious to check goals, values, compatibilities, future compatibility. They still need to be checked in reality, of course. But it's not something what you already it's certain you in a communication, but not in a relationship. So in this part, what you are right, guys. Yeah, one more like tip for you to copy and paste this to your browser, and you can go and register there. I will be your coach. I will do this consultation, and you can discuss everything what you're interested in to know about international dating or your past scam experience as well, guys. You can contact me the same link or the same number if you have any story about scam, what you want to share here with me, with our viewers. Thank you so much. I was glad to be here with you. See you next Wednesday. Bye for now. Stay safe.